always changing. This is where your breed is born, half, black-white, bastard of bastards in this roaring city of bastards. Market sellers on the street shop like demons. Toilets and trumpets blare on tree-fringed alleys as colored That's when I said to myself, dude, this is like fucked up. Piles of clothes like garbage dumps. A bottle of Jack glinting in the yellow lamplight, and I remember thinking words in a dream. These words spelled clearly in a dream.
So, in the room tonight, we have Mr. Anthony Flint. You might as well stay. We've got Mr. Anthony Flint, ready to join in, which means we've got the Electric Kool Aid Trio, because they are our official band, all here tonight. And which is a good thing, because next up, all the way from London, where he's an expert on grotesque and absurd things crawling out of the darkest cracks of the city, and a wonderful poet and a great actor. We've got Mr. Siddhartha Bose and you should all buy his book Caligora because it's great, but you should also go see the shows he does, like Caligora, and he's developing a show called The Perverted Children of London. Good title. And he'll tell you about it himself, and he's going to experiment with our musicians. Yeah, so it's a one-off tonight. So we're seeing Siddhartha in a really interesting way, not in his usual shows, but trying new stuff and jamming it. So it's like being in the Sixth Gallery in San Francisco. Just as Allen Ginsberg got it to do how. Sid Bose.
Time I'm here. I was here 2 years ago. Thanks to Bob and Andy. It's a pleasure being back. So fixed. Yeah.
So call for your drums and you didgeridoo.
Yeah. But is it okay if I just start off up the better for a little bit? And I'll probably read because I'm afraid I might forget my lines. But I'll start off with a poem that kind of introduces what I do. It's set across continents. It's a love story, and it starts off with, there's an epigraph by this French writer called Georges Genet. It says, saintliness means turning pain into good account. It means forcing the devil to be God. Sketching, slight return. If I forget my lines, I'm just going to grab my book. I'll pluck the gods out of your belly, she claims, syncopated, a guzzle of rot-gut liquor, filterless, in a circus of smoke rings. She's danced with kings, fairies, pimps, artists, gangsters, toothless beggars and shadows of red. Her body crusts in sin. I gave head first in a Goa church, flaked in coconuts. God never forgave. He, severed by 13 years, listens quiet, fumbled like a held cigarette. She tails him, winds him in the snake skin of her long voyage, herstory in blood. A lover stabbed looking for junk in D.C. by a dealer he called Batman. She pounding the Lower East Side, hunting the same fume of coal, the lick of bone. She pulling out a half-formed, head-shriveled child from the tunnels of a womb somewhere in Calcutta. She, an illegal alien in the United Status Quo of America, forging social security, scratch cards, under-table jobs, fly-by-night lovers. She, an animal wriggling, spitting, fucking in the great dungeon of the world. She, a Fellini film, her laughter pukes new beginnings. She sold blank cassette tapes in Milan, stole black and white film from corner shops, while a man played sax from an open shutter. In Brixton, long before the daddy found the hipsters, she drowned in Vietnamese soup, reggaeing her way through ganja avenues. In Iraq, she juggled her men, bodies smelling of the Amazon. Now she has grown scabs on her mouth, freckles on her eye, voyaged more than Ulysses. He watches her smoke like a gun, her nails yellow, dipped in whiskey. He speaks punctuated, full-stopping his thoughts in neatly arranged boxes. You were never scared? He asks. Fear grows from preserving, she commands. I make change. I happen. The first time they made love in a box-white room with green tiles, she clothed him in a white t-shirt. In sweating sun, his skin sowed a river, her smells clawed the sky. Mud made their food, their rain. When he coiled away, they both stared shocked at the white shirt now covered leopard-like in spots of fresh blood. God stains. They looked, searched for the cause, found only scarred vinyl, old monk rum, a flooded ashtray. He sat alone, scared. She combed through her farm of hair, whisked him in the whirl of her arms, saying with the calm of a nun, quoting from a book, "You are all that is beyond and disappearing." That's the end of the poem. Horrible with mics. Sorry about that. So the next one, going back to some the lonely streets of London. This is a poem that is set in this area of London, in the East End of London, called Hackney. Some of you may have heard of it, or Hackney Wick. And a few years ago, there used to be this festival that used to happen on the streets of Hackney called Hackney Wicked, and it was 3 days of carnivals and fun. And last year it didn't happen because of the Olympics, and basically the entire area went into a lockdown, a corporate lockdown, and all the graffiti was kind of washed away, etc. And this is a love story set in Hackney Wick, Wick Love. 2 years ago I met this cinnamon girl with glasses and a mean child tribal smile at the Hackney Wicked Festival. Her hair fit for the shape of brown deserts. When it falls, it flecks the laughter of her gods. Her nose is a cat, leopard lips, her neck, the perfection of a lemon whose green bleeds my eyes. Chicken chopped, corner kebabbed, glimmer dereliction, Hackney Wick, chromatic, fizzes, bobs, pops in soap bubbles like tube travelers on a plunked escalator. How do you make the city a spirit, she asks, when all you see is a plant without roots? She is more than here. My fear is incense. Outside the festa hums, carnival eyes, ears, hands, hips, lips edge and slither round the wasteland of white caravans, blaring nirvana, bulldog chained, locked. Clouds curve and streak like elegant ringed fingers, paintbrush pink, blotched impressions. Carnival raves glow in the dungeons by the rush and come of the highway, by Victoria Park sanitation. On Felsted Street, the old bedlam performers fizzle. Old man looking like an Amish prophet, long-haired and black-hatted, limp-walking, silent and slow, stink-pissing. Next to him there's Clara with her whistle-gun laugh, her fractured teeth and glasses. Hovering over them there's Bigfoot, waddling like a duck, blind and bearded, headed for his 4 cheeseburger fix. I wonder what they make of this performed bohemia. Round them, Hackney erupts. Art imaginings, studios are prehistoric caves, fellow music laces the canal, punk step grinds hard in the Lord Napier, hoodies hunt and sell tornado ketamine and graffiti, dinosaur bloodstains, magic map ruins lead our way. Inside we sit surrounded by plants, a cat-curled framed window, salmon sky. Outside, a crane sticks out like a fishbone. She tells me stories about her ancestral village in Greece, of a lake called Karla with reincarnated fish. When I say all art is shamanic, she nods, sticking her tongue in my rib hole. Interstellar contortions, mystical fibula. When I ask about Mount Olympus rivering down a blank alleyway by Fish Island, she, hair electric, smiles in salt rain. The first night in the abandoned car park with litter graffiti of white post lane, cockroach eyes, space warriors, dragon souls, we pop. She ruffles my razor head, cleaning my aura. It's heavy, she says, in a wink. She don't like reggae. I cringe. Wandering, I see the lines on my face and a glowing crystal ball in a Spanish squat by St. Mary's Church. I am more than one person, one place. At home we dance to MJ, greet the morning twirling to silk jazz. That killer rendition of Autumn Leaves on something else. The smoke, oil, musk in my skin kills her. We sleep alone. The next day I take the stage with beatboxers, throbbing my rhymes. A devil dread worshipper, shamanic, muscles through the crowd, trance-hipped and wild, gives me the finger. Nighttime, the wicker man burns, fireflies abound, tribal sound emancipation. We stray, salting our way through to Peanut Factory, find ourselves in a net with bouncing balls. We throw them at each other, laughing, peeling like onions. By the canal we levitate, fairy monsters. Scum cop helicopters float in cut currents above us. We shoo them away like blood-sucking mosquitoes, becoming one in our defiance. Below there's Hackney in pink, river shroud, rave, rotted incantation. Prayers join us in love. The morning spills like milk. The sky is molten lead like a surgeried heart. My child is me. Thank you. I think we should. You have some drums, man. You want to play? Yeah, come on stage, man. And this is a longish section from I Play London's Perverted Children, which was inspired by a piece of graffiti I saw a couple of years ago. And it starts off kind of a cappella, but then normally I do this with a band and a beatboxer. So whatever you guys feel like doing, just join in. You know, give me a bass line that's a bit dark and gloomy, and we'll be there. No, this. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about it. So we have this character who's taking a cab ride, and the section's pretty self-explanatory. You figure out what's going on. It's called Jazz Time. London makes you feel differently. I've picked up a habit for chicken wings and ecstasy. And coke. My nose is bleeding. I haven't slept for 3 days, 3 nights. I don't have dough, I've stolen from my friends, and now I'm spending my last 10 quid on a cab ride. I'm fucked. And what's more, I see green all around me. Honest. Everything's green. The fried chicken chops are green. Sunlight is green. The council flats bleed green. Pavements are green. People are green. Bangladeshi, Turkish, African, ghetto, European, all green. Oyster advertising corner shops are green. Dead people, white bicycle, newspaper, flower-filled obituaries on every street corner are green. Hoodies and crackheads are green. Glint guns are green. Mullah beards and East London mosques and Brick Lane Jama masjids fucking green. Sweaty kebab shops are green. After hours white light diners are green. Yuppies and bobos on Broadway markets sipping their leather chocolatey cappuccinos are green. Their faux French La Viejos resto bars are green. The toothless dopeheads with dogs and newspaper snack sellers with caved-in cheeks on the edge of London fields are green. Chinese DVD sellers by the junkyard car park, by the Bohemia Cafe, by the Tantric Tesco, by the overground train station, by the bald bricklayers, by the oyster-selling seafood vendors, by the preaching, screeching Bible boombox Nigerian, by the park sleeping and being here 6 months and they say no jobs, my friends. Eastern Europeans, by the pigeon-strewing church are all... Shit, I'm gonna lose my mind here. How did this happen? Yeah, let's be honest, boss, I can't do the game no more. I've spent the whole month lining and popping. Then comes the weekend. It all starts off in the decaying glory of Hackney Wick, London's Berlin. The Wicker Man burns, graffiti, blood stains all over. Out on the terraces overlooking the manic cranes of the Olympic Games, there's some serious barbecue mania. Then the performance art bands, then the self-styled artists vomiting on each other. Out on the highway by Victoria Park, lovers reunite, hemmed in by the white noise of cars. Next to them someone's painted a scroll sign. Go on. Jump. I see it all, a cyclops eye burned into my forehead, gashed with vulture oracles. Then scram! We head over to Brick Lane for the Sherazade nights I spend there, stories eating into each other, endless oceans. Speed kids and rastas perpetuate flyers outside. Speed kids and rastas perpetuate flyers outside. And the hipsters incorporated dreads and glitter lipstick, and the dopeless beggars, and the cabbies, always Bangladeshi, fuse and fizzle. Red striped beer cans predominate, veggie burgers and meat masala skid and sizzle on booze-fueled fires. I need my fix. I think we'll leave it there. Cool. Thank you. Okay, let's travel somewhere far away. Can you give me a bass line on your thing, like which goes boom, 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 boom. good, man. Keep it going. You can start playing around as much as you want. So, we're gonna go up to Mumbai, or Bombay as they still call it, and I'm just gonna do an opening of my play Kalagora, and just create a sense of what the city is like for you all here. A Bombay night, September. Wild beast of a megalopolis. The city rides like steel jetty, coils, whirls in grime and stardust. The heat hits you hard, sea breeze lilts consciousness, the sweat tears through your skin, becoming aching pins on the slope of your hair. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you were an animal, you'd be a porcupine, grizzling for a fix. Eagles of sweat, shining, filled with city smack, poison eyes, sticky shirt, water body amphibian, yes. You morph to a lizard, creeping. Animal within the animal dungeon of the city. Animal city. City bleeding. City heaving. City buying. City fucking. City jiving like big ball mafia Margaret Joes. The city's jiving. City crying, city dying, city slumming, humming, drumming, becoming dinosaur city. City of motion like the sea, always same, always changing. Yes, always same, always changing. Always same, always changing. This is where your breed is born, half, black-white, bastard of bastards in this roaring city of bastards. The noise of the city is panoramic. Give me some noise. Car horns escalate. Construction crashes like bombs. Market sellers on the street shop like demons. Tall and trumpets blare on tree-fringed alleys as colored dancers tossing rings of fire carry Ganesh, elephant-headed animal god, to his immersion in the sea. Trance music marches in the distance, scaling the festival to the sea that mushrooms to magenta. Blazing calls across stretch of sky. And you feel like your nerves are charged with electric shocks. Alright, I guess I'll just finish up with something. I don't know what. What sort of stuff do you want to hear? You kind of figured out I do cities, I do grotesque, I do messy stuff, I do a lot of drugs, intoxication. That's pretty much all I know.
Something happy. All of them.
Happy?
All of them at once.
All of them at once. Maybe I'll do this one thing that I read for the first time today at the workshop, actually.
Yeah, do something new.
Okay, so this is set in New York, and it's a writer having a dream, and it's about dreams and become other dreams and more dreams and all that stuff. And basically, I guess this character is quite fucked as well. So feel free to jam and bring some strange Sunra sounds, maybe along the way. Okay. He shuts the book in fever, remembers. Head hurts from sleeping badly. He's tired, suddenly lonely. He lights a cigarette and vividly remembers a dream. I'm drinking in a bar in New York. Don't know if it really exists or not. I don't remember where in the city, maybe the Lower East Side in the old days. Monochrome. I imagine the dream scene, the crack of pool balls, noise of break dancers on the sidewalk, flashing neon, gold-toothed smiles of dope dealers in Washington Square Park, gyro meat, McDougal Street, subway sirens, hot dog and wafted nuts and smells wafting through the air. Come on, $1, only $1. Manhattan attitude, fuck you man, go find it yourself. Long-haired Latino women who look you up and down. Hare Krishna selling copies of the Gita in St. Mark's Place. Sex-stuffed smiles from strangers you never see again. Traffic scenes on 6th Avenue with people hanging out of their cars yelling at God. Midnight pickups. Silent, silent, silent on Bleecker Street. Stars like you, lamp glow on Houston, absolute vodka billboards, bile sleeping through Liver City. Nicotine warmth. Maybe someone on Prince, on Rubbershow, yawning tummy scratching graffiti artists, bandicoots, drunk preachers, a shop on the street, God is watching and... Now he starts to write. I'm drinking in a bar in New York. I don't remember anyone else there being there with me. Nobody, no one. At some point I finish my drink, get out of the bar, and if I can sort the images correctly, this guy who's possibly sitting next to me follows me out. And this is really specific, the only specific thing. I'm here in Manhattan at the corner of West 4th and Broadway, and I'm running into Broadway, strutting on Broadway like I used to, and this guy from the bar runs up behind me and takes out a gun. I vaguely hear him. Or for some reason I'm aware of him and I run. Oh no, I think I face him and I think he's across the street now and he takes aim and I see him taking aim and I try to run and avoid his archery, scared as shit, and he shoots twice and I can't remember his face and I can't see, I can't, and both times he hits me hard in the stomach, a little to the left, and I don't feel no pain, but I watch myself as in an old film and I watch myself in slow motion fall faintly and slow and easy and solo and die with a thud. Yeah. I die and I'm dead. And I don't know if I die gradually on the spot, but I die anyway, that's for sure. Moments later, I'm walking the streets again. Don't exactly recall where, maybe down Lafayette, but I have a strange feeling of being dead. So I think I'm a ghost, good old Hamlet. I keep walking and walking, and at another corner I look into the glass window of the shop with news on the TV screen, and I see myself dead, being talked about, not because I'm famous or anything, but because I'm dead, I guess. Images of police, cars, ambulances, sirens like whirling dervishes. I don't know how the dream ends. Can a dream ever end or begin? But now I'm in this old dilapidated house, or I'm walking to this house, a friend's place, I don't know, in a real dump. It's not NYC anymore, but probably some old rat-infested alley in North Calcutta. I'm in a small, tiny apartment, a tiny congested flat with green shuttered windows, rusty grills, broken tiles, insect ivy, saris hung and stretched like shrouds. And I talk with these people who I've never met in my life, like a dream I had when I was young, hot in puberty, a dream of making love to a woman I've never met or known. These friends of mine and I converse, smoke heavy black hash spliffs, laugh like hummingbirds. But I'm not happy. And in my dream I wake up and I'm back in New York as I hear sirens scream past my window. Top blood pulsates through every nerve, every fiber of the city. I strain to catch the shape of these cop cars, but I'm greeted instead by the red glow of lights, tingling far away like hot flame tongues. I remember the shock of those sirens. I remember turning away from the window and looking around the apartment that I shared with drag queen boat users, and I see empty deformed cigarette packs, a half-empty packet of chips, dirty underwear and panties and socks littered on the bed, piles of clothes like garbage dumps. A bottle of Jack glinting in the yellow lamplight, and I remember thinking, and I remember thinking what my mother was thought about this. And slowly my stone gaze falls on the TV screen, pulsating with silent images. Somewhere in California, a Latino shop owner had been murdered by young men. The deceased face moving on the screen like an amorphous globule of spit, flash and flash. I reach for the remote in a cold panic, numb, indifferent and confused. I change the channel and I see a snake slithering along the underbelly of a dark forest. Madonna moving in black and white. Shows on social anxiety disorders, country music, football mania, buy two get one free. What would you do if your wife fucked other men? Behind the music on Motley Crue. Motley Crue? You remember Motley Crue? Behind the music on Motley Crue, and that's when I hit the volume control. We were so screwed up, man. We were injecting alcohol in our veins, man. That's when I said to myself, dude, this is like fucked up. I mean, what was wrong with us? We couldn't just drink alcohol. We had to fucking inject it. And I remember switching up the TV, or maybe I became a rock god like Jimmy Page and just pushed it out the window onto some poor passerby. But I turned away and towards a sheet of paper in front of me, illuminated by the table lamp, and I chewed on my pencil, sucked on it, wrenching the lead aftertaste, staring blankly into the artificial New York sky, and I wrote down these words in a dream. These words spelled clearly in a dream. I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. Thanks for listening, guys.
How was that for beat? How was that for shamanism? Amazing stuff. Shamanic vision.